If you have ever wondered why arts are an important aspect of child schooling, look no further. As a girl who developed her schooling experiences to art, theater, orchestra, and chorus, I would not be who I am today without it. And I can tell you that I am not the only one who thinks this way. A quote from Paul Ostergaard, Vice President at Citicorp: "A broad education in the arts helps give children a better understanding of their world. We need students who are culturally literate, as well as math and science literate. Unfortunately, there are others who feel differently. Recently, the art in art education and its importance in the United States schools curriculum have been heavily questioned. In many schools, they have even been cut. This is because of the focus shift to solely Common Core, like reading, math, and science. But what about the arts? Although these arts programs may be thought of as a luxury, creative exercises are some of the most important building blocks of childhood development. The appreciation of visuals was important to us, so why wouldn't it be important to the future? Arts education can help rewire the brain in positive ways. An article from Dana.org states that on May 6, 2009, the Neuroeducation Initiative of the Johns Hopkins University School of Education, with support from the Dana Foundation, hosted its inaugural National Learning, Arts, and the Brain Summit to explore the intersection of cognitive neuroscience, the arts, and learning. The point of this research was to explore how children can learn and how they can learn to promote and retain the learning process that they go through. For an example, if I were to study how atoms build an object, how my brain retains this process of learning through the arts. According to Dana.org, neuroeducation is an interdisciplinary field that combines neuroscience, psychology, and education to help create improved teaching methods and curricula. The summit expanded further research on 3-year cases from 7 different universities. This research project was able to record whether or not arts education and training can cause a change to the brain that can enhance other aspects of cognition. The researchers found that arts training has a big impact on improvements in cognition, attention, and learning. According to Dana.org, 3 questions made up this consumption. 1. What do we know from cognitive neuroscience research concerning the effects of art training on the brain that could and should be accessible to teachers? 2. What new research is relevant and possibly related to how studying an art form helps students learn better? And 3, how does the process of learning with and through the arts improve academic performance? The summit was able to prove this in 2 ways. One was through the premise, which are 2 ideas that are the focus of why art is important for rewiring the brain. One is the classroom experience that art integration has that can improve students' learning and academic experiences, resulting in demonstrably positive outcomes, such as deeper engagement in subject matter, better retention rate, greater emotional involvement with the learning process, along with deeper social awareness and the matter and the ability to apply disciplines. The second is the knowledge that graduates are entering the workforce with. They are found entering the workforce without critical skills that art-based learning promotes, like collaborating, problem solving, creative problem solving, and learning across different disciplines. Similar results are also exempt when arts are paired with different subjects. School children exposed to drama, music, and dance may be better at reading, writing, and math than those who focus only on other academics, says a report by the Arts Education Partnership. A quote from usatoday.com says that the report is based on analysis of 62 students of various categories of arts, ranging from dance, drama, and music, and visual arts, by nearly 100 researchers. It is the first to combine all of the arts and make comparisons with academic achievement, performance on standardized tests, improvements in social skills, and student motivation. Integrating arts with other subjects also has benefits. A quote from Mindshift states, "Art integration seems to be the best form of differentiation out there because it taps into many different interests and abilities and forms of learning." If you pick a subject area like science, social studies, math, or literacy, and you integrate it with any form of art, you are able to build the two off of one another. The amount of information retained is then doubled. For an example, a third grade science class studied leaf classification. It was integrated with visual arts with the way that the lab asked the students to log their information. The lab used the close observation of leaves in science to teach about the different leaves. The students drew realistic drawings based on a leaf's edge pattern. They then were able to make art projects based off the different types of leaves they found by each student. When you're engaging hands-on, you are creating your own way of learning. You're deepening your level of understanding about a specific topic. It is a more in-depth project when you are drawing with the illustrations yourself. In this case, the students thought differently both about the classification and the characteristics of their leaves based off their own drawings. But integrating subjects may not be the biggest outcome art has on education. Art programs may increase graduate rates. A New York City report from Minipop states that after dividing schools into 3 tiers based on graduation rates, they found that schools in the top tiers employed more certified art teachers, dedicated more space, and equipped to the arts. They were also able to give the students more programs to learn about the arts, like visits to art centers, museums, speakers on the arts, and even shows. They found that schools with low graduation rates and low arts education provisions had higher percentages of poor, Black, and Latino students in New York City. They also stated that in the United States, more than 1 million students drop out of high school each year. And lastly, the arts participation provides a solution to the dropout issue, as it engages students with interesting and relevant work, which fosters great school participation. Unfortunately, it also shows that students who could most benefit from arts education are often likely the ones to not receive it. Young people are more likely to stay in high school when the school offers a solid program in the arts. It also shows that equitable distribution of access to the arts among children in different communities. The report cries out for immediate action. Is anyone listening? Says Diane Ravitch, research professor of education at New York University. NYU found that high schools in the top third hired 40% more certified art teachers and offered 40% more classrooms dedicated to coursework in the arts than bottom-ranked schools. High schools in the top third of graduation rates had 30% more graduates completing 3 or more art courses than the bottom third. Art education is more than just another way to learn. It is another way to shape individuals. I have always been one to promote the awareness of art education, solely because it's brought me to where I am today. Without art education, I would not be able to learn visually and absorb the education that I do. But more importantly, Art education has given me the passion for what I love most, what I study, and what I plan to make a future for. Art education has developed me into an artist.